wonder if I can spot the best whiskey for me.
Well, hopefully you can, because today we're trying all the standard spot whiskies to see which one is the best. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd.
I'm Rose and I'm the Whiskey Noob.
And like we said, we've got all the kind of basic spot whiskies, so we decided it would be fun to try them all against each other and see which one is the best, or at least which one is the best for us.
I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. But I want to put out a disclaimer first. You'll notice there are different levels in each bottle. That's not to say they've been liked or disliked a particular way, particularly since the one with the most is next to the one with the least.
Yeah, this one is just the newest bottle on the shelf, so yeah, that's why it's higher than the others. Not to say it's bad. In fact, Red Spot was one of my top whiskies that I reviewed last year, just because it's a very good whiskey, but we're going to try them all against each other.
Yeah, because I think for some of these, it's been a very long time since I've had them.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick kind of vamp, or I guess a
yeah, let's learn about whiskey.
About them all. So this is Green Spot. This is the kind of standard whiskey from the Spot Whiskey collection. It's oftentimes regarded as one of the best kind of intro Irish whiskies. Comes in at 40%. They're all single pot still whiskey, so it's a pot still whiskey.
Okay.
So it's made with malted and unmalted barley to give you spiciness, sweetness and stuff like that. And it was aged in bourbon casks and sherry casks. And it often has this really bright green apple flavour. It comes in at 40% ABV.
Is that why it's green?
No, but it's This is the Yellow Spot, comes in at 46% whiskey. It's 12 years old. The Green Spot doesn't have an age statement, but it's between 7 and 10 years old. This here has a 12-year-old age statement. It was bourbon sherry casks and Malaga wine casks. So there's an extra cask in there. Gives it just a bit of extra flavour, and it does come in at 46% ABV. Okay. Next up is the Blue Spot. This is sometimes kind of hard to find. Yeah. Because it is a relatively new release. It is a 7-year-old whiskey, but it is cask strength. This batch here is 58.7%. I know other batches are different percentages, but this one here is 58.7%. It was aged in bourbon casks, sherry casks, and Madeira wine casks. So this had the Marsala, this is Madeira. So just another type of wine cask.
Are the percentages just getting higher and higher?
No, because it goes back down to 46% with the Red Spot. Red Spot is the 15-year-old whiskey. It had bourbon casks, sherry butts, and Marsala wine casks. So it's again with that wine cask influence, but 15 years old, so a lot more maturation in there, and coming in at 46% ABV. And last is the Gold Spot. Now this one is perhaps a little bit different. Yeah. So this was the special edition Gold Spot released to mark, you can see it up front there, 135 years of the kind of company existing. It's 9 years old. It comes in at 51.4%. Okay. And this one was aged in bourbon casks, sherry casks, Bordeaux wine casks, and port casks or port pipes. Okay. So it's a little bit different. I do know that even though this was a limited edition, they are releasing another Gold Spot. I think it's called Gold Spot Generations. That's going to come out this summer. So we might be able to try it at Whisky Live Dublin. I know it's slightly different casks than that, but it might be quite similar.
At least Gold Spot Generations is better than what popped into my head the first time, which would be Gold Spot, a bigger spot.
A bigger spot. So that's a quick little run through of them. So I think we're going to start off, as we kind of went through them, with Green Spot. So I'll give you first sip.
First dibs, first sip.
First sip.
Oh, are we doing the whole shebang?
We'll do them all. Just give them a taste.
Oh, okay.
Give them a smell. See what you think about it.
Oh, this smells delicious. It is like light green apples or light green fruit.
Yeah, it's quite sweet, quite fruity. It is oftentimes, people say it's one of the best Irish whiskies to start off with when you're looking to see like what good Irish whiskey can be.
Holy crap.
Yeah, because coming in at 40%, you'd expect it to be quite light, but because it's pot still, you get that oiliness, you get that texture.
That was real good. We got a strong start here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a bit of spices, bit of black pepper, green apple, caramel, vanilla, a bit of like almost like a custardy, like with that oil. Oh my god, the
finish is lovely and it's very like oily, thick in my mouth.
Yeah, pot still whiskey has this really nice character that even down at 40%, it gives a lot of flavour.
That's delicious where it's at.
Yeah, so do you want to go in first?
Yellow Spot!
Yellow Spot.
Okay.
So I think it's basically the exact same whiskey.
Oh, it does smell different.
The same mash bill. So this kind of does that you see like what maturation does, what age does, what the different casks can do. Wow.
That was a journey. The nose didn't smell anything. Oh my goodness, there's some extra stuff. My mouth is I got liquid in my mouth.
Yeah, it's much more peppery, much more like oaky, like you get that tannins, you get that. It's still very sweet, much less green apples, more like a kind of like, almost like a red apple.
Yeah, it's juicy.
Where it's juicy as opposed to like that bright flash of.
I didn't really get a lot on the nose. Like the nose didn't wow me.
Yeah, now this bottle I've had it for a while and it's half open, so it might be losing some of its flavour.
Yeah, but that taste was right there.
The taste was really good there. Now the blue spot. This is Cask Strength. What was it? 51.8 was it? Or 58.7, sorry.
It's got like some funk to the
It's
smell.
got some funk to it, yeah. It's got a bit of weight, got a bit of heat. Cheers. I find this, despite being almost 60% ABV,
It doesn't taste like it is at all.
it's really easy to drink. Now I've heard some of the other batches, maybe they were a little sharper, but this, really well incorporated.
I would not have guessed that that's Cask Strength. Also, mouth is salivating again.
It's got this almost like hazelnutty vibe, like where it's like hazelnut with like the skin on it almost, like that slight dryness, but then you get that nutty flavor. Again, but also kind of juicy apples, very rich fruits. Berries and stuff. It's nice. Yeah.
I can already see difficulties because normally when we do this little rank thing, there's some really clear ones where I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of that. This is quite difficult.
Yes.
They're also good from a different point.
Now onto the red spot. This is, I think, the most expensive of them. Maybe discounting this because this is very hard to find.
It smells winey.
It smells winey. Has that wine cask influence. Also 15 years old. Down to 46, so should be an easy drinker.
Okay.
Cheers.
It's definitely got more tannins and wine influence in there compared to the other ones. I love that they're all distinct. Yeah, definitely wine.
Wine. Yeah.
Wine.
And this one is, I don't want to say it's like subtle, but it's like that, it's like almost pared back a little bit, especially going right after the Cask Strength.
Yeah.
It's almost pared back just a little bit, just to be like a little bit more, a little more like almost refined or subtle. Like they're not going for a big hit. They're going for just good flavors, and it's at 46%.
See, I thought it was the big hit,
Oh.
and it wasn't refined and subtle to me because of the wineness. So, also different whiskeys sit differently with different
And
people.
we might also have to have another sip after we
Oh,
go
Lord.
our first sip around, and we have some water between. But now the gold spot.
Gold spot.
As you can see, we're almost out of our bottle, so looking forward to that re-release. Might have to might just save a little bit of this and try it against the new version. Cheers.
Cheers. Definitely gonna need some water and have a re-sipperoonie of some of these.
Tell you what, I'll put this video on fast forward in the edit. I'll get us.
Water!
Okay, so we've gone through them again. Went back to front, so kind of we wouldn't be like influenced, because again, having that Cask Strength one in the middle, it does kind of change the way you taste them.
Oh yeah, I can totally see that.
Initial thoughts.
I know which one I like the least.
Okay, is that going to be red spot?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to like red spot the least.
Yeah. I think the one I like the best is blue spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue spot's lovely.
I'm pretty sure my ranking is blue, tied with yellow and gold, green, not because I dislike it, it's great entry level one, and then red.
Okay, I think for me, blue spot was my favorite as well. It's generally
so good. I cannot believe that's Cask Strength. I just can't.
For me, I think went blue, red, then yellow. No, sorry, gold, green, yellow. Not that yellow is a bad whiskey. Like I do quite like it.
Okay.
But like I think, as you said, like the nose in it was very light. The rest of them had stuff on the nose and the palate. And the finish, the nose was quite light. Lovely little whiskey. Not saying it's a bad whiskey. It's just against these ones. Yeah, the green spot though. It's great.
It is very, like when I had that as my first one, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, because green spot is a very good.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those whiskeys where you say like it's sometimes it's €60, €65,
and well worth it.
It's worth it. Like you can get a cheap whiskey for let's say €30, €20, and be like, okay, you can get a cheap whiskey, but for 3 times the price, it sounds like a lot, but you're getting
Very good.
It's a very good whiskey.
I might have to buy myself some spot whiskeys. Like, how much would the blue spot be?
In Ireland,
if I can get it?
In Ireland, you can get it for about €80. I know in America, some stores just add on price because it's still quite hard to find in certain states. I've seen people online posting that it's $200.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's generally the same price as yellow spot, which is about €80.
Oh my god, just listen to, they've got the nose, the taste and finish. On the back, there's like pineapple, kiwi, banana. My goodness.
Yeah, that's a very good one. So for you, blue spot, out and out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can both agree. Blue spot, if you can find it, very good. If you're paying $200, I might be overpaying for it.
Yeah.
Especially like if it should be at a recommended retail price of lower than that. As they release stocks, hopefully the stores will start charging more reasonable prices for them. But yeah, if you can find it, definitely good. So I think that's all we have to say about this. But first off, if you have tried any of these spot whiskies, let us know down below what your rankings of them would be, especially if you tried all these. Where would you rank them? If you haven't tried them, just let us know what your favourite of the spot whiskies you have tried is. We put out whiskey reviews on Wednesdays, but I put out cocktail recipes on Fridays, and we put out videos like this every now and then on Mondays where we do kind of fun things with whiskey. I think that's all there is to say.
Yeah, except for blue spot's mine now.
Okay, well, I'll drink the red spot, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Sláinte.